I'm not good at this whole YouTube thing. I just watched like a clip of me and I hate my voice. So for resources, I used Saunders, Uworld, Nclex, and La Charity. I also had a review center. I attended a 30-day, looks like 28 days. So I didn't have ATI, Hurst, or Kaplan, but I took it in September. It didn't help because I took my Nclex on June, so I kind of like forgot everything. So I graduated June 2019. And then I applied for my Nclex back home in July. I processed my papers and everything, and then I went back to the Philippines to do some documents that they needed. I got my ATT, I think March or Feb, and I wasn't studying as seriously as I did between April to May, or April to June. So initially, I bought this Saunders book. It was a gift. I don't know what to say. This book is so ass. I did read about this whole green part right there because that was MS, but I didn't understand anything from reading it. There's a lot of information on this book that I didn't need nor wanted to know. Please do not read this book page per page. Would it matter if I read the whole thing? No, it's not effective if you read the whole thing. You have to read this as needed when you're doing Uworld. So Uworld and this kind of goes hand in hand. They both complement each other, so that's great. So next resource we're going to talk about is Uworld. I feel like everyone knows this. If you don't, you're missing out. My friends told me about this website when I was in 3rd year or 4th year, and I was like, it can't be that good. Like, what's the difference between the Uworld QBank and the Saunders QBank, right? And I was like, there's no way that it's that helpful. It will help you how to understand the Nclex and how to answer with critical thinking that you won't get with a different QBank online. So I really can't show you how Uworld looks like because legal stuff. I'm gonna get sued. With Uworld, you don't have to get 90% on it. You don't have to get 80% on it. Especially starting out, you will get really low scores. My lowest score on Uworld was, I think, 42% throughout like taking it, and throughout the course of the package. I was getting 70%, 86%. I even got 90% on it, 100%. You know, it's gonna vary. You just have to get between 55 to high 60s, and that means you're good, you're fine. It's very, very important on Uworld to not focus on your scores because Uworld is not an assessment tool. It is, but it's not. That's not the whole purpose of Uworld. It's a learning tool. Where was I? Okay, I bought the 60-day QBank, which was about $160. It had about 2,200 questions, and the self-assessment had 100 questions. If you want to go for 2 self-assessments, it becomes a 90-day package, and I didn't need that. Oh, I feel like that's too long for anyone. 90 days? I was doing 75 questions every single day. So if you divide 2,100 divided by 75 is whatever, do the math. Ranging from 75 questions to about 190 questions when I was like really focused and really on it. And for the self-assessment, I got a 65%. Uworld does say your chance of passing in a little bar, which I'll insert here somewhere. My scores, for me at least, were not that great because I was seeing people who were getting 98th percentile, 75% above for the self-assessment. So even though Uworld gave me a 65% on the self-assessment with a very high chance of passing, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna pass. 65% is so low. Like, there's no way. So I had that thinking, and I was like, here's to failing. So you have to take notes with Uworld. You can't just read it and be like, okay, I'm done. Like, I did my questions, I read them, bye. No, you have to take notes. So these are the notes that I took with Uworld, and as you can see, there's yellow tabs on the right to help me keep them organized. Here I do the chest tube to help me understand it better, and it's really messy. This is my Bible right here, but I think I'm the only one that can understand it because of how messy it is. Since nursing is an art, I also drew the ECGs to help me memorize them by sight. I also took notes from my old review center and my Nclex, so I just added them into my binder. Number 3 is La Charity, Prio, and Delegation book, just to add questions to my days. And I finished the Prio, the whole NLM concept on Uworld pretty fast, and I was like, I didn't have enough questions. I feel like I need more. I need more questions on a certain concept like maternity or renal. I would go to La Charity and do one chapter, which ranges from about 25 to 30 questions, so it's not that hard. Nclex is the 4th resource that I'm going to talk about. My friend actually gave me this file, audio files, and I listened to it once just to hear, you know, what it is, all that. I didn't take notes, I just listened to one audio. When I scheduled my exam, I started listening again and again, especially OB, because I sucked at OB. So I forgot to mention, my Nclex audios are really old, so please be sure that you are updated with the changes. I think in one of the audios, Nclex says that select all that applies cannot be all or cannot be just one, but in 2017 that updated, and we all know that it can be just one or it can be everything, so just be aware of those. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope I gave you a little bit of information for your Nclex journey. This is such a low quality video, but it's fine. Tune in for the next one, and yeah, bye!